Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're digging into a business playbook that honestly pretty much flips the entire agency model on its head. I mean, just imagine this for a second. A super profitable, scalable agency that needs zero marketing and basically runs itself. Sounds kind of impossible, right? Well, stick around, because we're about to show you exactly how it's done. So yeah, how is that even possible? It really challenges everything we think we know about running an agency. But you know, for the founder, Linus Otley, this isn't just some pipe dream. Nope, it's his actual reality. He's built this incredible system that lets him completely sidestep that awful agency grind. You know, the endless prospecting and chasing down leads.
80%. Just let that sink in for a second. That is the profit margin we are talking about here. And look, this isn't some theory from a textbook. It's a proven working strategy. So in this explainer, we're going to unpack the whole playbook piece by piece so you can see exactly how he's pulling off these, frankly, incredible numbers.
Okay, so here's the game plan. First, we'll break down this impossible model. Then, we'll get into the secret sauce, the partnership engine. After that, we'll cover how you can find your own perfect partner, how to become their absolute go-to, and finally, how to build the autopilot system that sets you free. Let's dive in.
So first things first, let's talk about the impossible model. Before we get into the nitty-gritty of how this works, let's just look at the results. Because honestly, what this model can produce is, well, it's so impressive it'll probably make you rethink what's even possible for an agency.
And this isn't some fluffy goal. This is the real deal for his agency AI union. We're talking over 30,000 euros a month with a customer acquisition cost of literally zero. I mean, think about that for a second. No money on ads, no cold emails, no sales team. They've just built a machine where amazing clients come straight to them ready to go.
And this chart, it really says it all, doesn't it? I mean, just look at that huge gap between the revenue bar and that tiny little expenses bar. You've got revenue hitting over 40,000 euros, while expenses are kept under 7,000. It's just wildly efficient. Their only real cost is the dev team, and that's exactly how they nail that incredible 80% profit margin.
Okay, so the big question, right? If you're not spending a dime on marketing, where on earth do the customers come from? Well, This is the secret sauce. This is the core of the whole thing. So here's the big idea. You stop chasing down one client at a time. Instead, you become what's called an integration partner. You basically make your agency the essential, can't-live-without-it service provider for one single software company. A company that already has tons of new customers who desperately need what you offer.
And this process, you guys, is the absolute game changer. It takes you completely out of the most painful part of agency life, sales. The software company, they do all the hard work. They find the client, they convince them they need your services, and then they just hand you a pre-sold, ready-to-go project.
It's amazing.
What this creates is this really powerful win-win situation. The software company is happy because they can just focus on making their product better, and they get happier customers who stick around longer. And you get a steady stream of projects without spending a cent to find them. It's just a perfect match.
Okay, so we get the model now, but how do you actually find the right company to team up with? This part is so important. Seriously, not all software companies are the right fit, and picking the right one is probably the biggest decision you'll make in this whole process.
The big takeaway here is avoid the giants. Don't go after the big players. They've already got huge engineering teams for this stuff. Your sweet spot, your target, is a smaller, niche software company that's on the rise. You want one that's big enough to have customers coming in, but small enough that doing all this integration work themselves would just be a massive distraction from what they're actually good at, building their software. So how do you find them?
Well, it's all about a give-first mentality. You got to really dive into their world. Start making helpful YouTube videos about their product. Get active in their community forums or on their Discord. Basically become the expert everyone turns to. If you make yourself the most helpful person in their entire community, guess who they're going to call when they need a partner? It's you. You become the obvious choice.
All right, so let's say you've found a partner and they send you your first lead. Awesome, but the job's not done. Not even close. The real goal now is to become their number one. Their go-to, the partner they can't imagine living without. Let's talk about how to do that.
And listen, it's not enough to just do good work. You have to constantly show them your value. You've got to make it crystal clear that you're not just some vendor. No, you're a strategic partner. You're helping them keep their customers. You're helping them make more money, and you're giving them amazing feedback on their product. You're not a contractor. You're a part of their team.
This four-step plan is basically how you lock it all in.
First, you create super simple packages that their sales team can easily understand and sell. Then, you give them a cut, a little kickback, which makes it a no-brainer for them to push your services. At the same time, you're making your own process super efficient, using automation so you can deliver great work really fast. You do all this, and pretty soon, you're not just a partner. You're basically an extension of their team, and the work just keeps flowing in.
Okay, so you've done it. The partnership is solid, the money is coming in. Now it's time for the end game, building the Autopilot system. This is the final step, where you take this profitable agency and turn it into a machine that runs itself, giving you that real founder freedom we're all after.
And if you look at this timeline, you'll see the agency is really just the beginning. It's the launch pad. Because all the work is so similar and repetitive, it's perfect for creating systems and processes. You can literally build a playbook, hire a team to run it for you, and that frees you up to work on the ultimate prize, building your very own SaaS product, software as a service.
And the absolute key to being able to step away is that playbook. Because every project is basically the same. You can write down a step-by-step process for absolutely everything. That document, it becomes the brain of your entire operation. It lets your team deliver amazing work every single time without you needing to be there, which lets you focus on what's next.
And this quote from Linus really nails the ultimate purpose of all this. The agency isn't just about making money, it's a research lab. Think about it. Every single project is teaching you about real problems that real businesses have. So when you go to build your own software, you're not guessing. You're working with a ton of evidence, which gives you a way, way higher chance of actually succeeding.
So what this all comes down to is a totally different way of thinking about growth. What if the best way to grow your business isn't to go out and find thousands of customers? What if it's about finding just one perfect partner? This model shows it's a super lean, incredibly profitable way to build not just an agency, but a launchpad for whatever you decide to build next.